A young musician from Papillion is sharing his story like he never has before.
He created an album without ever leaving his house, and it is a remarkable breakthrough he wants to share in his own way. Coming from a second-floor bedroom, this is the sound of courage. Melody is the language of this soft-spoken young man.
This is the chorus, and I started with the words for the chorus and then built from that.
In his childhood bedroom, Adam Deka creates. Adam's confident words meet rhythm in a playful electro-pop style.
I think it's a change from the past.
His family recognizes his gift.
He talked about singing. I had no idea.
Adam's parents are his most loyal fans.
All of it is him, and it just amazes us.
In fact, Paula and Joe Deka were more surprised than anyone when Adam revealed his recent project.
I was blown away by it.
We heard nothing before this. We knew it was happening, but we had no idea what was coming.
Over the course of 2 years, Adam created an album of 15 songs and placed them on Spotify in December without saying a word to his family. He put up a website and online store. The name of the album? This Is It.
You obviously have a lot to say, right? Don't you feel like you do? Yeah.
But the lyrics of Adam's life have been trapped for almost 20 years.
Basically, anytime he is in a social situation with other people, he basically just freezes.
We first met Adam and his parents 16 years ago when he was newly diagnosed with severe social anxiety. It's called selective mutism. The soccer star and standout student, mostly silent. He started reading at age 3.
They found a growlithe and a snubble.
And in high school, he scored a 35 on the ACT.
And is unable to not just speak, but unable to act a lot of times.
And over the years, no doctor, therapy, or medicine could treat the mutism.
My body tightens up.
Adam says the fear is paralyzing. His entire life, he's rarely spoken to anyone outside his family circle. Twice, he tried to attend college.
Basically locked myself in my little dorm room for 24 hours a day.
And now at age 24, a hint of a turning point.
Things happen sometimes that I wish that I could go back and change. And then I will play that scenario over and over, imagining how it could have been different.
It's possible Adam is changing and allowing the music to be his outlet and his guide, writing songs that are the soundtrack of his life, sometimes detailing struggles,
We can overcome any pain now.
highlighting his desires.
I dream of what it would be like.
Even comparing himself to his very shy cat, who Adam says also lives with anxiety.
Do you ever get afraid like I do? Cat got your tongue.
Adam's desire is to turn his music into a career, writing soundtracks for movies and video games.
You know, he's not a victim. He's really an extraordinary person that is just has an interesting challenge that most of us just don't have.
A challenge that disappears alone in front of a microphone in his sound booth, built with mattresses.
This is him pushing back hard against selective mutism.
It's there. I feel like it's there. It's just, you know, right on the edge.
With selective mutism, every step forward is a big step.
And if there was a courage meter, Adam would be off the charts for putting himself out there.
I was really excited that you agreed to do the interview. That had to take a lot of courage, right? Did you second guess yourself, or did you think, what have I done? Did you worry about it for 2 weeks? Did you?
Oh my gosh, so much courage. Adam hopes that you'll connect with him on his website and social media to follow his music or give him a listen on Spotify. His story and all the links are on our website.
I like the music. I'm absolutely going to check it out.
Great music.
You never know where you're going to find your voice. Very
There you
good.
go.
Great story, Julie. Very good. Good job, Adam.